Eating at night is problematic from a body chemistry perspective. Both epidemiological studies and experimental studies show your body's ability to handle food diminishes as the day progresses. But eating at night is normal. In fact, it's become the new normal. Studies suggest that most people eat the majority of their calories in the latter third of their day. So, what should you do? Well, the dogmatic answer is simple. Just don't do it. Set an eating cutoff time that ensures you have a night fast of at least 13 hours and stick to it. Unfortunately, it's not always practical. Lifestyles and life circumstances often conspire to make eating late at night an inevitability. So in this circumstance, what should you do? Well, this is what a group of Australian researchers recently asked. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we consider whether you can improve your body chemistry by changing what you eat late at night. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. Our team invited 10 healthy, normal weight Australians round for dinner on 4 separate occasions, twice in the morning and twice in the evening. They served them pasta with a tomato-based sauce and a milkshake on all 4 occasions. Now, to all intents and purposes, all the meals looked the same, with the same calorie count, but behind the scenes, they manipulated the macronutrient composition so that each person got a standard meal, which consisted of 15% protein, 34% fat, and 46% carb, and a high protein meal, which consisted of 41% protein, 28% fat, and 29% carb at both time points. Then they watched what happened. Now, to ensure that they were actually comparing apples with apples, the team controlled the participants' eating habits in the hours before the test. This was achieved by giving everyone a pre-test dinner, which needed to be consumed 10 hours before the test, and then nothing. Now, eating is a challenge. Sending in food, whatever the composition, requires fancy footwork. The study confirmed that the response is better earlier in the day. Here you can see the incremental area under the curve. Glucose levels was lower for both meals in the morning. And if you drop the carb levels and up the protein levels, it was also decidedly easier, particularly in the evening. Now, it's not rocket science. Less carbs in are going to mean less carbs to process. And to put a number on this, in this study, the glucose level was decreased by 71.4%. Now, this happened in ordinary non-diabetic individuals who, on paper at least, have no reason to worry about putting away sugar. So what does this mean in the not so healthy? I mean, if you're metabolically challenged, you struggle to put sugar away at the best of times. Late at night is never going to be a good time. So sending less sugar in is a no-brainer. But sugar is not your only worry. Insulin is also a troublemaker. So is it an insulin effect? Remember, one of the reasons healthy people have no problem putting away sugar is because their insulin molecules are on the ball. They arrive on time and they get the job done. So could the improved sugar levels have come because there was more insulin sent to deal with the crisis? After all, amino acids also trigger the beta cells to pump out insulin. And when you're metabolically challenged, insulin is high morning, noon, and night. And that nighttime high is not supposed to happen and is implicated in a host of health problems. So a spike just before bed could leave you running high all night. The good news, a late night, high protein dinner did not cause an insulin spike. In fact, the insulin response to the high protein meal at night was marginally lower than the response to the standard meal. Now, the difference was not big enough to be considered statistically significant, but tapering off of the insulin spike, even just a little, is likely to improve overall body chemistry. So the take-home message, skip late night feeds as far as possible. And the rest of the time, candy floss. Let's cut the carbs and add protein, fat, and fiber. To learn more about the candy floss system, download the free willpower report. If you're going to deviate from this suggestion, do it early in the day. Have dessert for breakfast so you create better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who often eats late? Share this video with them so that they know what to eat when this happens. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.